Hey guys, Sean here from Console Service Centre, based here in South Africa. Some of you that do follow our videos um, might take this the wrong way, and some of you guys might be one of those, a sensitive little butterfly. So you might not like what I'm going to say to you now. And that's cool because I don't think you should be following this channel. I don't think it's for you. Anyway, uh, there's a lot of guys leaving comments about one of the videos I did that putting a thermal pad on a PS4 Pro. Comments like, "Oh, it's not a PS4 Pro board. It's a PS4 original board or PS4 Fat, whatever the guy called it." I know it's not a PS4 Pro board. We don't always have PS4 Pros in the shop, so obviously I can't show you the board. I just want to flick through and just go through to this one of our cameras here. This camera here. You know, I'm not a hobbyist. I don't do this for fun. I do this for business. We've been doing this for 10 years now already. So as you can see on that shelf there, that's just one of our shelves. These are all the consoles we have for repair at the moment. We are the highest rated gaming repair company in the country in South Africa. And when I do a video, I won't do a video if I'm going to be talking BS and just make a video for money. It's not me. I don't do that. I'm not like some of the people out there that make videos that actually don't even have a business. You know, it's they play around with their own PS4 and they make a video of it. You know, we do this on a daily basis. As you can see, there's all the consoles that come in. I mean, you can see from there. Let me just try and get this. We got from X's, we got PS4 Pros, we got old Xbox Ones. So we repair mainly PS4s and Xbox Ones lately, because there's not a lot of the PS3s and Xbox 360s left that people are willing to repair. So, you know, if you take offense to this, I'm sorry. You know, like I say, you shouldn't be watching this channel, because I'm not here for to try and just make money out of you guys via YouTube. I make videos to actually help you guys and show you some of the little tricks and tips that we do. So this video is actually about showing you how to put a thermal pad on a PS4 Pro board. And by the way, this is a PS4 Pro board. I actually got one that needs a thermal pad. So to some of the guys that's been asking me how to put it on, how to cut it to size, in this video I'm going to show you how to do that. And yeah, I just had to get it all off my chest just to just to try and keep those trolls a little bit quiet. They think they know everything, you know, because they've opened their PlayStation once or twice. I just had to make this video, and like I say, if you're a sensitive person, maybe then don't watch my videos, because if you're going to talk trash and think that you know everything, I'm going to take you on, and I'll do it in a video, because I'm not here for those type of viewers. I'm here for the guys that really need help on their consoles. It takes time to make these videos. They might not be the best, and I don't have these little fancy LED lighting in the background with the blue in it. But like I said again, this is a business. This is not a studio. You know, it's actual business where we do repairs. So yes, let's have a look. Let's try and get back into the let's get back into what we actually supposed to be doing in this video, and that's making putting a thermal pad on a PS4 Pro board this time. So let me get all my stuff ready here. Just move my mic up a little bit, and let's get to it. Let me show the guys that actually want to see how some of these videos are made, or actually see how to actually really do stuff properly. So let's get back onto that quickly. I just want to get to the right screen. Alright, Okay, still not the right screen. Let's just get, oh yeah, mind you, probably need to move the camera back down again, eh? Camera was up there to show the hobbyists all the gaming consoles that we actually have in the shop. Let's try and see we got the view right. There we go. Alright, so we can see the board. I can move the microscope out the way. And by the way, you know, if I was a hobbyist, I wouldn't be making videos with 22,000 rand. I don't know what that is in dollars, but this microscope, you know, I wouldn't buy a microscope for 22,000 rand if I was doing this for a hobby. You know, something needs to pay for it. And this is not my console. This is actually a customer's console. But enough of that now. I think let me just keep quiet and let's carry on with the video. Alright, so as you can see, this is a PS4 Pro board. This is a first gen board, so this is a 7.0 model, and this is one of the models that do give a problem. If you watch the other video about replacing your thermal paste on your PS4 Pro, rather use a thermal pad. Yes, you can use it on any PS4, any Xbox One. I would highly recommend it. It's not really needed, but I would recommend it. I do it on my own personal one at my house. I put a thermal pad on there 2 weeks ago on my Xbox One X, not the Series X, the Xbox One X, and so yeah, it works well. It's quiet. Service it once a year so I can keep it nice and cool until I eventually probably get a Xbox Series X or something else. Anyway, so you can't use liquid metal. One of the comments I saw. Well, you can. Technically, you can use liquid metal on here. But what the problem is with that, I just want to try and zoom you guys into this board a little bit, just so I can get you a bit closer. So if it looks a bit weird, I'm sorry for that. I just need to try and get you a bit closer into the board so I can explain properly to you guys. Let's just move that up a little bit. I'm not going to zoom in too far because I'm going to lose quality. You know, this is just a webcam that I'm using for the top view. But yeah, let's have a look quickly. So let's have a look at this processor. I'm sorry, it's not going to be just about that now. I'm going to show you just something else very quickly, just for some of the guys in the comments. So as you can see on the board, all these little beige brown little components you see here, they can short out if you use liquid metal. The only way you can use liquid metal on a board like this that doesn't have the pad around here to protect these little items here is to actually get a I think Thermal Grizzly actually does them too. It's like a thermal pad that sticks on there, so that when you put liquid metal on your processor, on the shiny bit that we're going to clean now, it doesn't run onto these close to these little capacitors and actually pop them, or resistors or whatever they are. So that's why I wouldn't recommend using liquid metal. It's not a good idea. So anyway, so you open up your machine. One last tip I just want to give you: when you do strip your PS4 down, don't pull out this cable. Okay, just pull it out from the power supply, but don't try and pull it off the board here at that end there. What does happen is these plugs stick like you cannot believe. They're like very tight in there, and most customers pull them off the board, and then you've got to rebuild the traces there. So that's just a small tip I just want to give you guys quickly. But let's get to it. You're going to get your machine opened, get your board out. I'm not going to show you the video now. I think I did a video on it very long ago. We use, I think you guys call it Q-tips in America. We call it earbuds in South Africa. So you just take off all that thermal paste that's on there. Now, you don't have to get it perfect on the let me just put some of that on there. So you don't have to get it perfect and get it, you know, out of the these little areas here where they're onto the little capacitors and that there. You don't really need to take it out there. You can, if you want, you can use isopropanol with a little brush and you can take it out, but it's good enough. The main thing is just to try and get this shiny silver area cleaned up. So let's just get that clean, and I'll show you guys how I do the thermal pads that I found is the easiest way to do it, because a lot of guys don't understand the whole principle behind putting a little bit of thermal paste on there to hold the pad in place, so that when you put it back into the console's chassis, the board, it doesn't actually fall off. The pad doesn't move, you know, the thermal pad, or the carbon pad. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'll quickly show you what I do here. I can find it. Oh, alright, so again, thermal grizzly, as you can see, it's shining in the light there. Just going to flip that around because I need the back of it. So what I've done is, I should see if you guys can see properly here. You bring this light in on this. Okay, so if you've actually bought all these pads before, you'll see that this is a full square. This is a 38, I think it's a 38 by something, a 38 by 38 or something, the size. You can get a bigger one or a smaller one, this. So I just bought the 38 by 38 because they didn't have stock. So what I've done is, I've made a little template out of a piece of paper, a little cardboard paper. Just because we do so many, you know, every time to try and put it on the board and measure it out nicely and try and cut it perfectly, you know, it's a bit of a mission. So I've just done it this way. So this little cardboard cutout is the exact size of the shiny part of the APU processor, whatever you guys want to call it. Everybody calls it different names, one of the two. So that fits on there. So I've cut it out nicely. You can take a piece, all you do is just cut it a little bit bigger than that shiny bit, and then just push down on it until it makes like an indent on the side, so you can see where to cut it. And then you just cut out a small square like that. It's quite simple, you know. All you do then is, what I do is I use the back of this Thermal Grizzly's little packet or container or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how they pronounce it anywhere else, but this is South Africa, we just say packet. Okay. And all you do then is you would put it down onto your thermal pad, and then I get my sharp blade. It's probably just like a little hobby knife. Take the hobby knife and I try and see and make sure that it's lined up all the way around the edges on the thermal pad. It's a bit difficult on this surface here, so it'll probably be a bit easier on a lighter surface, but I can sort of see what I'm doing. So yeah, I won't be using this again because now obviously there's not another processor that's that size. So let's quickly shift it a little bit. Alright, that's looking quite good. So double check it under the scope quickly. Just make sure I'm right around the edges there. So like 1 o'clock in the morning here in South Africa. I haven't slept yet. Had quite a busy Saturday, yeah, guys. So I thought, well, you know, not doing much now, couldn't sleep, let me get some work done, you know, let's get some customers' consoles out. And then I thought, yeah, I might as well do the video for you guys to show you how I do the thermal pad, not liquid metal. Anyway, okay, so there's your pad. Let's just move it back into view a little bit better there. Put your finger down on it, take your blade, run it along the side of the white part. Don't, well, okay, if you're only going to do this once, you can cut the cardboard, or, you know, if you really want to. Just hold it in place so it doesn't move, because there's a little piece on that side too. Lay it against the side, and I cut it off. Right. So basically it's a stencil, in other words. Okay, there's one piece, can't fit in a processor, so I'm not going to use that again. And obviously neither can that piece. Alright. So then what we do is, let's just double check, that looks good. Thermal pad looks perfect. Carbon pad. Oh, I better just say the name right before I get the comments again. I'm not saying something properly because everybody's perfect, you know. Anyway, probably in a bit of a bad mood. Like I said, it is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning at the moment, so yeah. Just thought I'd just clear up a few things. Alright, so excuse me. Thermal grizzly paste. It doesn't have to be thermal grizzly paste, okay? You know, I've seen so many guys post on what paste is the best for their consoles, and oh wow, jeez. Okay, so the experts in the comments will tell you a lot of different paste names because they use it on the PCs. This is not a PC, this is a PS4, it's a gaming console. It's a little bit different. As you can see, there's no graphics card that plugs into a board, you know. So you fix PCs. I'm not going at you, but I stick to my consoles. That's what I do best. I think yeah, you stick to what you do best. So yeah, so all I do is I take thermal paste, and like I say again, you don't need to have thermal grizzly because we're not using thermal paste for this board. We're using a thermal pad. Okay, so all the paste is doing is I'm putting it on the four corners of the shiny parts, but very, very little. And what that does is, when I put the thermal pad on there, it will just keep the four corners down, almost like, not glue, but it's almost like a sticky substance to just keep the thermal pad on here, because when you put it back in the chassis, you don't want your thermal pad to move around and hang off the side of the metal part there. Because if that happens, obviously you're not going to get proper cooling. I'm just trying to get a light a bit closer for you guys because I see this light isn't that good. So I'm sure you can understand what I'm trying to explain to you. So let's just quickly get a little bit of paste out here. I'm just going to put a dot. It's really seriously just a dot, okay? Don't get stressed out if it is a little bit too much and whatever, you know. It's not going to make that much of a difference. And just to some of the guys that are doubting this thermal pad, have a look in the comments and you'll see there's a couple of our customers that have already had a thermal pad done on their PS4 Pros, and just have a look what they say about it. Probably done about 200 of them already, done thermal pads because it works. If it didn't work, I wouldn't do it because I don't want comebacks from customers. I don't like that. I feel that then it's a failure and we didn't do a good enough job. So you either do it right or you don't do it at all. Okay, so as you can see, there's a little bit of thermal paste here. You can move it a little bit to the edge. Okay, just to move it up a little bit. You know what, let's not use the blade because otherwise some people might use the blade and then actually damage the chip. So I'm just going to use something else, just to move it a little bit of excess. I mean, it's not hectic, but there's a little bit of excess that we just take off just to neaten it up, maybe maybe neaten it up just a little bit. Okay, but we want it to be standing up a little bit so we got a bit of place we can put on. Right, so that's done. Okay, I'm sure you can see from there. It doesn't have to be Picasso, it just needs to have a little bit of paste on each corner. So let's just find the tweezer. Right, so I use my square tweezer, and then all I do is I take my thermal pad. Try to find the camera. Gee, it's like the setup's a bit difficult. Get used to it some of the time. Put my thermal pad on top of there. Obviously I'm going to line it up. Now we can actually just pull it to the finger. Just make sure it's lined up all over. Looks good. good, looks good, looks good. Alright, there's the thermal pad that's on. So that's how you do it. Okay, so for everybody that's been asking, you know, how do I do it? How do you get it on there? How do you cut it? That's the easiest way. Alright, I found that to be much easier. So I can move the board. Okay, well, it shouldn't be shaking it, but when you're putting it in the chassis, but you can move the board upside down. And you flip it back around, it still stays there. So when you put it back in the chassis, you always go with your HDMI port side. Obviously, it will be upside down. Put it through, get your cable through nicely through the gap. Get the board in very carefully. Try not to, while you're putting it in, just look under through from this side, and just have a look that it's still in place. You know, just make sure. But yeah, that's it. That's all I do there. So again, I'm not going to put everything back in the chassis. I'm sure you guys know how to do that. So again, just sorry for that rant, but I need to get it off my chest a little bit. A lot of people, you can actually stop the video now if you really want to. You know, you don't need to carry on listening to me, but you've seen how I do that. Just a lot of people, you know, take on YouTubers. I see it quite often, especially the repair guys in our industry, from the UK right up to the States, all over the world, and they leave comments that make no sense, especially if you're a repair company and been doing this for a couple of years. You actually laugh at most of the comments, because you can see most of the guys that got something to say negative, they got a negative thing to say. Most of them, you can see straight away they're actually hobbyists, or they maybe opened their own console once, and then they need to have something to say on YouTubers' videos. Like I say, I'm not here for the money. Hey, it would be nice. I'd love to show you guys this all the time. I just don't have the time. You saw the shelf. We got a lot of repairs. I wish I can do this 24/7 and just make videos for you guys, but I need to make money, and YouTube doesn't make me money. So yeah, let's just not carry on and on about this. If you've met me, if you've been to the shop, you would know I'm a very chilled person, and but I'm very straightforward, and what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. You know, if you don't know what you're talking about, rather not say it at all, because you confuse people in the comments with your funny little things that you think you can put on this board, and other people that read those comments actually go and do it, and they stuff their consoles up because you thought you were clever and put a idiot comment in one of the videos, and you actually helping people to cause damage to their consoles because of your stupid comment. I'm sure that some of the guys know who it is, and I hope they don't come back to this channel again, because I will take it on again. But anyway, like I say, if people know me, you'll know what type of person I am. I'm not a grumpy person like I am now. It's just yeah, gets to me, gets to me. I watch it, and like I said, it's on most people's YouTube videos, so it just gets to me a little bit. Anyway, let me shut the hell up and just carry on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, sorry for the rant. Well, to the people that actually appreciate the videos. The rest of them, I'm not that sorry. I think a lot of kids watch this channel, so let's just carry on. Let's just move on. Thank you guys. Have an awesome evening, day, morning, whatever time it is there by you. And I'll be doing a couple more videos soon for you guys, and then we'll do them together. Have a good one and enjoy. Thank you. Bye bye.